How's it going, everybody? ChaoticMeatball here, and welcome back to the channel. So, I decided to take a little bit of a detour in the FireRed LeafGreen 3d6 challenge series, and take on some runs with the legendaries in reverse national dex order. After all, it's getting kinda boring using Pokemon after Pokemon that either suck or dominate the game. So I kinda want to give myself a challenge in the speedrunning aspect of it. I want to see what the best legendary is to take on the Kanto region, and if the Kanto legendaries like Mew and Mewtwo can stay on top despite steep competition. Before we get into it though, I want to make sure to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel since 75% of my viewers are unsubscribed, so I'd like to get that percentage down to 60% or lower, and I want to make sure to ask you guys to press the notification bell in order to get notifications on all videos, since my Pokemon TCG videos clearly suffered because of it, and make sure to leave a comment if you enjoy these videos or have any suggestions. Anyway, let's jump right into business. Deoxys is first up on the cards that we'll be working with, and Gen 3 has this weird thing going on that Deoxys is in its base form in Ruby and Sapphire, its attack form in FireRed, its defense form in LeafGreen, and speed form in Emerald. So yeah, we're stuck with the attack form, and while it has an amazing 180 base attack and special attack, along with a 150 base speed, both of its defenses are a measly base 20, as well as a base 50 HP. So we'll have to be either having to one-shot, or dying immediately. This is certainly a struggle to get through when it comes to speedrunning with no items in battle, since we'll occasionally need a crit to get by. Deoxys also gets a boatload of amazing attacks, like Nightshade, Psychic, Psycho Boost, Superpower, and Hyper Beam, so we'll have plenty of high-power attacks to make up for our lack of levels later on. I replaced Charmander with Deoxys so that my rival would have Blastoise, who ends up having Bite for several battles, as well as a massive defense and special defense, so it'll be the strongest Pokemon to go against me. Anyway, let's get into the battles. My rival is actually able to go head-to-head with Deoxys due to my poor defense, since I start with Nightshade, Leer, and Wrap. So my best bet is to go with Wrap to start off the residual damage, and I just did that a few times to take out his Squirtle. I skipped just about every trainer in the Viridian Forest, aside from the last one that's required, fighting a few wild Pokemon I ran into before getting to Pewter City at level 6. Deoxys is part of the slow EXP group, so I'm not going to be getting a whole ton of levels, so that's kind of a shame. Though I did try fighting the junior trainer inside of Brock's gym over and over again, until I managed to beat him, since I already spent my money on repels, antidotes, potions, etc. for later on. After all, why lose money on these losses? This is the fastest way for me to train, getting to level 9 before challenging Brock. And yeah, he whipped my bum, go figure. Not having a good level to take advantage of Nightshade and base 20 defense really does me in, so I just fought him again and again, getting the EXP off Geodude until I quickly got an attempt where Geodude went down to 3 Nightshades, only hitting a single tackle, as Onix came out and hit only 1 Rock Tomb before I KO'd with 3 Nightshades, winning me the fight at level 12. Alright, not super duper fast, but I'm sure I'll start making up a ton of time once Deoxys gets to level 25 and learns Psychic. Route 3 and Mount Moon were some pretty easy areas thanks to Wrap for everything that didn't resist it, and Nightshade for everything else. But by the time I was out of Mount Moon, I was level 19, having skipped quite a number of trainers. But then I realized, hey, I can get both Mega Punch and Mega Kick to hold me over until I get Psychic. So I replaced both Leer and Teleport, since after all, I may as well use these until I get Psychic. I was initially going to go for Rival 2 so that I could use the trainers on routes 24 and 25 to get to level 25, but Misty's gym was a breeze either way, so I swept through her trainers with Mega Punch and one-shot both her Staryu and Starmie with a Mega Kick each, teaching Pursuit over Wrap and winning me the Cascade badge in short order. One step closer to Psychic, one step closer to the annihilation of Pokekind. I made it out of the gym with around 45 minutes of in-game time taken, grabbing the hidden rare candy and fighting my rival straight away. Mega Punch and Kick are really making some good work, as Mega Punch is a one-shot on Pidgeotto, Rattata, and Squirtle, as Pursuit is a one-shot on Abra, making quick work of Mr. Rival over here. The Nugget Bridge went by really fast since I made sure to use a turbo controller and speed through, making life a hell of a lot easier when it comes to running through required but obsolete trainers. At this point, I'm really skipping just about every trainer I can, since the lower time I have, the better. though I still do accidentally hit an occasional trainer here and there due to them being spinners or just straight up mistiming, eventually making my way to the SS ticket and down to Route 6. Route 6 actually has a few trainers with good EXP yields, especially the bug catcher with a level 20 Butterfree. This helps me a lot since it's only a simple one-shot to give me a big chunk of EXP, so I made sure to grab the hidden rare candy, do that, and go straight into Vermilion City. I didn't want to waste any time going straight for the rival on the SSN. By this point, I'm at level 25, so I just psychic my way through his Pidgeotto, Wartortle, Raticate, and Mega Punch on Kadabra, again winning in short order. Only being level 26 at this point in the run is actually sort of frightening, since I'm normally around at the very least level 35 going into Surge, but I've got a Legendary, shouldn't be a problem, right? Well, let's see. Voltorb's a one-shot with Psychic, and so is Pikachu, but because I was wanting to go fast, I didn't heal and ran out of power points, so I just used Mega Kick to one-shot Raichu, getting paralyzed with Static in the process. Well, I guess that paid off. At this point, speedrunners usually pick up the bike, which I did, but at the same time they usually use it, I absolutely suck at using it. Plus, I really don't see much of a difference in speed when it comes to the running shoots, something that provides me with much more control, so I just assigned it to the select button for later, and ran on through Route 9, Rock Tunnel, and Route 10 to get to Lavender Town. It probably would have been smart to grab Return from the Route 12 gate to replace Mega Punch, but at the same time, I'm not quite sure if Deoxys is at max happiness yet, so I'll stick with Mega Punch for a little while longer. By the time I got over to the game corner, I replaced Mega Kick with Super Power so that I'd have a massive physical move, but with actual accuracy. I didn't honestly have that much of bad luck with Mega Kick, all things considered, but I'd much rather take a dip in attack and defense over missing since I'm most likely going to go down to a single attack or two either way. With the grunt taken care of, I'm able to go ahead and challenge Erica, since I'll be going back to the game corner relatively soon. Most of her Pokemon are part Poison type, so a sweep with Psychic was on the cards, winning me the Rainbow Badge really quickly. I tell you how much in-game time it's taken me so far, but I haven't even tried saving in front of anyone in a while, and I'd rather not take the few precious seconds to check. Giovanni's up next, and roasting him with Psychic on Onix, Superpower on Kangaskhan, and another Psychic on Rhyhorn netted me an easy victory. Yeah, now you're even more scared that I have a Legendary in my party. Bye! I escape roped out and headed straight to the Pokemon Tower to rip apart my rival, again. A Psychic per day keeps every Pokemon away, unless your name is Executute. Executute? Did I just say Executute? I think I was trying to say Execute and Executor at the same time. I'm just gonna pretend like that didn't happen, unless your name is Execute or Kadabra, in which case Pursuit is plenty for them. At this point, I was just thinking about my PowerPoint usage, since I didn't regularly heal throughout most of this, only hitting the centers very occasionally if I'm really desperate for PowerPoints. Luckily, there's a free heal here in the Pokemon Tower, and only 3 trainers are required throughout the entirety of the tower, each with 1 Pokemon apiece, getting me that Pokeflute ever so much faster. With that in tow, I took the cycling road on down to Fuchsia City, fighting a single trainer but also picking up the hidden PowerPoint up and Max Elixir, since Lord knows we will need those later on. Heck, not very many trainers are required in Koga's gym, and since they all have brittle Psychic types, Mega Punch is easy enough to clear them out, saving my Psychics for his team itself, one-shotting all 4 of his Pokemon for the victory. I actually gave Deoxys 2 of the PowerPoint ups that I've collected for Psychic so that I'd have 14 PP instead of just 10, since having more uses of my most powerful attack is always a plus. After the gym, of course, I grabbed both Surf and Strength before flying back to Saffron on my Farfetch'd I traded for earlier. I usually gloss over this fact, since in every FireRed run I end up grabbing this thing, but it is important to note that only needing 2 HM mules in the forms of Farfetch'd and Lapras is pretty helpful, since you're honestly only going to be needing 4 out of the 5 HMs in the main game, 5 out of 7 if you're doing the post-game with Rock Smash and Waterfall, but that's beside the point. My first actual tough battle is against my rival in the Sylph Company, since Deoxys at this point is very underleveled, only barely crossing level 40. Heck, I was already underleveled when I was fighting Koga, but the type advantage really helped there. Honestly, looking back though, when I hit level 40, I definitely should have gotten rid of something for Zap Cannon. After all, having that for Blastoise and Pidgeot would have been better than anything else. My first attempt on my rival goes pretty poorly as I miss the one-shot range on Pidgeot, and Blastoise takes me out with Bite. Yeah, I'm gonna be in for a rough time. Is what I would say if I didn't have 5 rare candies to level me past my problems. Giving me Psycho Boost, a 140 power, 90 accuracy psychic move that lowers my special attack by 2 stages. Essentially a psychic type overheat, which is enough to allow me to take out Mr. Rival 5 here. Again, should have gone with Zap Cannon, but 50% accuracy is really trash to rely on. I actually saved before this battle too, revealing to me that I'm at this point with an in-game time of 2 hours and 43 minutes. Not too bad, but definitely could be way faster. Pidgeot is a one-shot with Psychic as Blastoise is with Psycho Boost, leading to Growlithe. I miss a second Psycho Boost as it hits Flame Wheel, but I hit my next one for a one-shot, leading to Execute. I managed to pull off a miracle, two-shotting it with Mega Punch without getting paralyzed, leading to his last Pokemon, Alakazam. I still outspeed and hit Mega Punch, one-shotting it and winning the fight. Alright, well, at least I'll be level 46 going into the second Giovanni fight. I didn't bother to go back and heal, instead opting for 2 Super Potions and saving before facing off against him. He leads with Nidorino, a simple Psychic one-shot, leading to Nidoqueen, who's the same. Kangaskhan's out third, going down to a single superpower after getting flinched with Fake Out, which did over a quarter of my health. Very scary for such a weak attack, leaving just his last Rhyhorn to soak up a Psychic for the KO. Say hello to the escape rope, Mr. Sylph President. I don't want your dumb purple ball anyway. Going straight into Sabrina's gym now with a time of 2 hours and 50 minutes, and yeah, it only took me 3 minutes to take out those last 2 battles. This battle is a joke with Mega Punch on Kadabra, Psychic on Venomoth, and a Mega Punch apiece on both Mr. Mime and Alakazam, winning me the March Badge. Well, it's time for the easy part of the run to end. So I went down to the Route 12 gate to finally grab the TM for return, replacing Mega Punch, since now I need to go back to Pallet Town and head down to Cinnabar Island, and I need all the power I can get. The Pokemon Mansion doesn't have any required trainers, so it's easy to run through in about 2 minutes before getting into the gym itself. Also, as I've said before, I absolutely hate these dumb quiz machines since they end up eating my inputs for some reason, so I just fought all of the trainers to get as much EXP as I could before playing, getting to level 49 before trying to fight him. Alright, let's see if I can keep up this winning streak. Return is a one-shot on his Growlithe, leading to Arcanine. Okay, that's a problem. If he stayed with the same order he normally goes, that being Growlithe, Ponyta, Rapidash, Arcanine, I could easily one-shot his entire team. But of course, I'm stuck with this. It at least goes down to a single Psycho Boost, as does Rapidash, but now I'm down 4 stages of special attack. And I'm also down 2 stages of physical attack thanks to Intimidate. So Return isn't a one-shot on Ponyta, allowing it to land a Fire Blast and leaving me with a measly 8 HP. Oh, but he heals with a Hyper Potion. But it does allow me to follow up with a Return and Psychic for the KO and the victory. Whew, I thought I was actually going to need to spend some time grinding there, but alas, I have obtained victory. This just leaves the gym battle against Giovanni, and fortunately his gym is absolutely full of high-level trainers for me to fight. But because I'm a stubborn man, I only fight 2 of them to get to Giovanni in order to fight him as fast as possible. After all, you sometimes gotta sacrifice level advantage for some extra time save. I saved in front of Giovanni with a time of 3 hours and 12 minutes, but can I beat the league in less than 4 hours? Well, that's my time goal now that I see where I am, so let's see and get into the battle. 5 Psychics, win done, bye-bye loser. With Giovanni out of the way, it's time to take on Mr. Rival 6 over here, and yeah, I made a big mistake not taking Zap Cannon. While Pidgeot is an easy one-shot with Psychic, I can't even one-shot his Blastoise with Psycho Boost, allowing him to one-shot me with Bite. Yeah, Bite, a 40 power non-stab move, and while it's super effective, that's still pretty trash. This means I basically had to bait for an attempt where I got a critical hit with Psychic, since Psychic does a bit over half on Blastoise, so that I could retain my special attack for later on in the fight against both his Growlithe and Rhyhorn. Fortunately, around 15 attempts in, I managed to get one, leading to Rhyhorn a one-shot with Psychic, and Growlithe a one-shot with Return. This just leaves Execute and Alakazam, with the former coming out first and going down to a critical return, leaving Alakazam who falls to the same fate, albeit with a non-critical. Alright, we fluked our way into victory yet again, but can I really make it through the league at this point? If I had to fluke through that, there's no way I'm going to be able to take him on as the champion, right? Well, even if I gave Deoxys Calm Mind, who says I can survive any attacks to start off? I'd be lucky to get Lorelei to use Hail and Safeguard on her first 2 turns to lead to a sweep if her AI knows that she can just one-shot me with both Ice Beam and Surf. I'm not worried about Bruno since I can Psychic both of his Onyxes as well as his Hitmons and Machamp, or just Psycho Boost it just to be safe. And Agatha's the same way since she uses all Poison types, but then that'll lead me to Lance. Beating Lance will definitely be a struggle, though if Gyarados misses Hydro Pump or uses Dragon Rage, I would have a pretty good chance. But we'll see in a few moments. After running through the victory road and skipping as many trainers as humanly possible, which there's actually a lot, I was shocked to see how many skippable trainers there were in the victory road, I did figure out firsthand that yeah, I'm gonna need a bit more EXP to get through this. First things first though, I flew back to Celadon to buy enough coins for Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball. I figured both may be useful, but now that I think about it, I definitely should have sold some more stuff and grabbed Ice Beam, since Deoxys could have had a very easy time with Lance thanks to it. But hey, nothing has been able to learn Ice Beam as of late, and hindsight is 20/20, so I completely forgot about it. With a bit of training though, and a rare candy, I managed to get Deoxys up to level 58 before going in. Lorelei leads with Dugong, so I go for Psychic as she went for Ice Beam, nearly KOing before I finished it off with a second Psychic, leading to Lapras. And based on my prior attempts, Superpower is the only attack that one-shots Lapras, so I took it out, leading to Cloyster. It's a one-shot with Psychic thanks to its 4th special defense, leading to her 4th Pokemon, Slowbro. I got a critical Psycho Boost, the only way that I could get a one-shot on it, so I'm glad to have gotten it on this attempt, leading to Jinx, which is a one-shot with Superpower, finishing off the battle. Alright, with that difficult battle out of the way, Bruno's up next, and he's easy enough. He leads with Onix, so I went for Superpower to take it down, leading to Hitmonchan. Both it and Hitmonlee went down to a single Psychic apiece, leading to his second Onix going down to Psychic just as well. Last up is Machamp, and it's a one-shot with Psycho Boost, finishing the fight. Just as I expected, I'm still on track for a sub 4-hour run. Third battle is Agatha, whose Gengar number 1 is a one-shot, as is Golbat, Arbok, Gengar number 2, and Haunter, all with Psychic. Just as I expected yet again. Alright, now for the hard stuff. Accidentally hard, since I should have had Ice Beam. I really should have had Ice Beam and easily took out this entire fight, but now that I'm looking through this footage, I am absolutely appalled at my stupidity at this. Why? Why wouldn't you grab Ice Beam? Alright. Lance leads with Gyarados, so I went for Psychic. Not a one-shot, so I go down to Hyper Beam. Alright, second attempt, so I'm replacing Superpower with Thunderbolt since I don't need a fighting-type move anymore. Sure enough, Gyarados is now a one-shot thanks to the quad weakness, leading to Aerodactyl. I tried Thunderbolt again, getting a one-shot and even outspeeding, which is pretty crazy when it comes to Aerodactyl, so I'll take it, getting to Dragonite. Psychic does a bit over half, so Dragonite immediately destroys me with a single Outrage. Okay, so let's try out Psycho Boost. And it unfortunately doesn't one-shot, so I guess I'm back to hunting for a critical Psychic on Dragonite. After around 38 attempts, I managed to get one, leading to his first Dragonair. It goes down to a single Psychic, leading to his second Dragonair, so I went for Psychic on it just as well, finishing the battle with another one-shot. Honestly, I was worried that his Dragonairs were going to survive Psychic, but hey, I'll take it, that just leaves the champion. He leads with Pidgeot, which is a one-shot with Thunderbolt, leading to Arcanine. Psychic misses the one-shot by about 20%, so clearly Psycho Boost is the best choice. But, at the same time, being -2 special attack for 4 out of his 6 team members is going to be a super big struggle. I tried Psychic again, and it took him down into the red, but Bite is a one-shot. If there's anything that Deoxys is scared of, it's those pesky Dark-type moves that shouldn't be in the Kanto region. Fifth try got me a critical on Arcanine, leading to Blastoise, so I went for Thunderbolt, one-shotting it thankfully, leading to Alakazam. It returns an easy one-shot on it thanks to that brutal defense, leaving just his Exeggutor and Rhydon. Rhydon's going to be easy, and sure enough he sends it in next, so I've got an easy one-shot with its name on it in the form of Psychic, since it's got some brutal special defense, leaving just Exeggutor. I went for Psycho Boost, doing around 2/3, and of course, Giga Drain is a one-shot. Dang it! Alright, I have to do that battle over and over again until I finally got another one-shot on Arcanine, getting back to Exeggutor. Getting a crit with Psycho Boost was the only way for me to finish off this battle, so after a few dozen attempts, I managed to get both criticals in one battle, winning me the fight and the championship at level 62 with a time of 3 hours and 52 minutes. So of course, I'll be keeping up with a new leaderboard for the legendaries. I'm not quite sure what tier to put Deoxys in. I'm thinking B tier, since anything under 3.5 hours is an A tier and under 3 hours is an S tier, but we'll keep coming up later on. Anyway, next time we do a legendary speedrun, I'll be taking on the Kanto region with Jirachi. A Steel and Psychic type should provide me with plenty enough defense to get through. See you guys then. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so we can get the non-sub viewership percentage of this channel down to 60%. Do it, subscribe, do it, do it. And while you're at it, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and turn on notifications so that you'll be shown when these videos are going live and when premieres are going down, since I like to chat with you guys when we watch the runs together. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.